I hope you all can agree that we all need leaders in society. And as society is progressing, we need leaders today more than ever before. And we need these leaders in every place, not only in government or industrial organizations, but in society, even in Toastmasters. And you can also agree that the success of any Toastmaster club itself largely depends on the quality of leadership the club has. And these leaders actually, they collaborate and inspire their teammates. They motivate them to achieve higher and higher goals. So there is this Leadership Excellence series from Toastmasters which addresses these leadership issues. And today we are going to talk about motivating people in this leadership series. Now when we talk about the characteristics of a highly successful enterprise, then the distinguished characteristics of such an enterprise is highly motivated workforce. To motivate people and to make them work in a superb fashion is probably one of the best ability a leader can acquire, and then inspire them and make the enterprise a success. That's true for Toastmasters as well. Now, but motivating people is very complex because human beings are complex. It would have been easy if we were all the same. Our desires were same, our needs were same. But that's not the case. We all come from vividly different backgrounds. So as a leader, you need to appreciate these differences in the needs and desires of people and accordingly motivate each individual, reward him appropriately so that he can perform in the best possible manner he can perform. Then these inspired and motivated team members of yours would certainly overcome all the obstacles and contribute to the success of the enterprise. So today we are going to look into the recipe of how we can motivate people. And at the back of your agenda, if you see, I have printed a summary of today's presentation that would help you as we go through the presentation. So, what are the basic principles of motivation? People prefer rewards over punishment. You should always show them the bright side. Don't say, if you don't perform, you are fired. You should show them the bright side that if you perform, this is what you may get. Misuse rewards demotivate people. If you praise them too much, or if you give rewards to someone who does not deserve, actually makes the reward lose its value. So people get demotivated. They don't see any fun in getting the rewards and working for the rewards. People like to do meaningful work. If your teammates can appreciate the value of work they are doing, so they do it well. So you need to give feedback to your teammates and you need to motivate them to do this meaningful work what they are doing. Most important is people must believe in you. When you are trying to motivate people, then if they believe in you, then they would get motivated. You need to keep your words, you need to keep your promises, and they would believe in you. People want you to act like a leader. They don't want to see you in these situations where you can't actually take decisions. They want to see you in control of the situation. And then they really acknowledge you as a leader and take inspiration for whatever way you're handling the situation. So they really get motivated. After seeing all these basic principles of motivation, we have to know what actually motivates people. You need to give them something. So motivators. Now, we all work for something, and these carrots have different colors for different people. Right? So you need to know what actually motivates a person and reward them appropriately. It is not one fit all kind of policy. It has to be customized for each individual of your team. So obviously people love money. So by giving them pay rise or giving them money, you can motivate them to work on a task. Unfortunately, we don't have such thing in DTC. So we need to look for some other motivations. Okay, praise. People like to hear praise. You need to somehow feed their ego. People want to hear that, oh, I'm good. So that's one of the ways that you can actually motivate somebody to work on a task. Public recognition. You can recognize your teammates publicly. You can recognize your teammates through print media. You can recognize the performance of your teammates through electronic media. You can publicly announce, oh, he did a great job. That motivates him to do much better, and also inspire rest others to emulate him. So creates a positive environment in an enterprise. More responsibility. Sometimes, if somebody performs good, you give him more responsibility, then that person is motivated to do more. Because it's a kind of appreciation for the good work he did. So that is also a way to motivate people. Of course, promotion. It's like getting higher and higher and higher. In Toastmasters, maybe you can appoint somebody as a TF leader, you can appoint somebody as a secretary of the club, as some VP education or something. So as you grow higher in hierarchy, as you get promoted, you get motivated to work. That's human tendency. This list can go on and on depending on what background you come from and what are your desires. So, but these are some of the things that Toastmasters program have crystallized for you. Now, let's move on to some more tips. These more tips actually include how you should appropriately reward your teammates. So, first thing is recognize immediately. Recognition and motivation is most effective when it is done immediately after the teammate has achieved something. Be specific. You should specify that this is what you have been rewarded for. It helps the teammate and rest of the team to understand, wow, this is something we can also do. Match the reward to the achievement. Don't do like somebody who has worked on a project for a year gets the same reward as somebody who worked for 1 day. So you have to match. Then that rewards are more justified and people see them in a positive manner and get motivated. Reward only the desired behavior. You should not be like, oh, somebody did something and he gets a reward. No. You should set standards. If you perform better than these standards, then you get a reward. So reward only the desired behavior. It's not that you give a speech and yeah, you are pretty good. You have to be CC or CL to get blue ribbon, right? And punish the undesirable behavior. It is somewhat important because if you do not punish the undesirable behavior, then your teammates take it for granted that it's okay. And they start to compromise. And at the point they start to compromise, the efficiency of the team starts to go down. So somewhere you have to punish the undesirable behavior a bit and eliminate the demotivators. As motivation is inspiration for all, or the demotivators are also what you say is contagious. If somebody in a group is lazy, then others also tend to become lazy and act in the same way because it's okay. So try to remove demotivators from the environment and the spirit of your team would go up. They would get motivated and perform better. Now let's conclude. So what do? First is figure out what inspires individual team members. Second thing, show them the benefits and reward appropriately. And finally, you'll create a climate that fosters motivation and in turn success. And that's the whole recipe. Mr.